me introduce our team. My name is Vila Davinjardana and this is
Mandatul Ainya. And my name is Cidlaris Dewi Pitaloka.
I am Muhammad Dayan. I am Vivian Norta Istiwa.
And we are going to make a debate based on NUPC style.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone and welcome to today's debate. We are discussing whether Miss Universe does more harm than good to society. Each side will present their arguments starting with the pro team. Pro team, you have the floor.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we stand firmly on the proposition that Miss Universe does more harm than good to society. Our arguments will focus on three main points: unrealistic beauty standards, commercial exploitation, and cultural homogenization. First, the reinforcement of unrealistic beauty standards. Miss Universe perpetuates an image of beauty that is unattainable for most women, emphasizing slim figures, symmetrical faces, and often Eurocentric features. The standard is harmful because it diminishes the self-esteem of millions of women and young girls who believe their worth depends on meeting this criteria. Studies show that media representation of idealized beauty are directly linked to body image issues and mental health struggles like eating disorders. While there have been efforts to diversify, the core judging criteria still favor physical appearance of other qualities. And second, commercial exploitation. Under the guise of advocacy, the competition claims to focus on social and environmental causes, but in reality, these are often overshadowed by the need to attract sponsors and generate profit. Contestants are encouraged to align their advocacy with the pageant's branding, reducing genuine efforts to marketing tools. The contestants' platforms, no matter how noble, rarely receive long-term institutional support from the pageant organization, rendering these efforts performative rather than impactful. And the last is cultural homogenization. Miss Universe, as a global platform, often promotes a singular standard of beauty that aligns with Western ideals. This erases the rich diversity of beauty across cultures, pressuring contestants to conform to this expectation rather than embracing their authentic selves. Traditional outfits, for instance, are often showcased only superficially, while deeper cultural identities remain unacknowledged. And for this reason, we believe that Miss Universe, despite its global appeal, ultimately causes more harm than good.
Thank you for Pro 1. Now your response from the contra side.
Thank you, proposition team. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposition stands strongly against this motion as we believe Miss Universe does far more good than harm. First, Miss Universe celebrates diversity. Contrary to the government's claims, the competition has evolved significantly over the years, embracing women from various ethnicities, body types, and backgrounds. Recent winners and contestants reflect a broader spectrum of beauty, challenging outdated stereotypes. For example, Harna Sandhu of India highlighted her struggle with celiac disease, breaking the notion that contestants must fit a specific physical mold. The representation of diverse cultures and stories inspires millions to redefine their understanding of beauty. Second, it empowers women through visibility and opportunity. The platform amplifies the voices of contestants who advocate for critical social issues such as education, environmental sustainability, and gender equality. Former winners have used their titles to become influential leaders, diplomats, and activists. Miss Universe is not just about beauty, it is about equipping women with the visibility and resources needed to create tangible change. Lastly, it fosters cultural exchange and mutual understanding. The national costume segment, in particular, is a celebration of cultural heritage, allowing contestants to share the richness of their traditions with a global audience. This exchange fosters appreciation for different cultures and helps bridge divides between nations. Therefore, we oppose the motion as Miss Universe is a force for good, promoting empowerment, diversity, and cultural exchange.
Interesting point from the both sides. Let's move to the second round. From the pro side, let's continue.
Thank you. While the opposition paints a rosy picture, they overlook the deeper systematic harms of Miss Universe. Let me address their point before reinforcing our case. First, tokenism in diversity and advocacy. The opposition argues that Miss Universe celebrates diversity and promotes social causes. However, the exceptions they cite, such as Harna Sandu, only highlight the problem. The success stories are anomalies, not the norm. The competition remains fundamentally focused on physical appearance, with advocacy taking a backseat to glamour and marketability. Second, objectification of women. Despite claims of empowerment, Miss Universe reduces women to their physical attributes. Contestants are judged in swimsuit and evening gowns, reinforcing the idea that their value lies in how they look. This perpetuates the objectification of women, which is antithetical to true empowerment. Third, harm to contestants' health. The pressure to conform to pageant standards often leads to severe mental and physical health issues. Many contestants report experiencing anxiety, eating disorders, and burnout due to the rigorous preparation and societal expectation. This is not empowerment, it's exploitation masked as opportunity. Miss Universe is a facade that prioritizes commercial success over genuine advocacy, causing harm to society and contestants alike. For this reason, we maintain our stance that it does more than good.
Thank you, pro side. Now, contra side, your rebuttal.
Thank you, moderator. The government continues to execrate the harms while downplaying the tangible benefits of Miss Universe. Allow me to clarify why the oppositions believe this motion should fall. First, Miss Universe is not tokenism, but a platform for real change. The government claims that advocacy is sidelined, but this ignores the numerous examples of contestants who have made lasting impacts. For instance, Pia Wurtzbach from the Philippines used her platform to advocate for HIV awareness, sparking nationwide conversation on the issue. There are not exceptions, but the norm for contestants will leverage the pageant's global visibility to champion meaningful causes. Second, involving standard of beauty. The government argues that Miss Universe perpetuates unrealistic standards, but they fail to acknowledge the competition's effort to become more inclusive. Recent rule change, such as allowing married women and mothers to compete, signify a shift toward dismantling traditional stereotypes. This evolution proves that the pageant is a dynamic institution adapting to social progress. Lastly, inspiration versus harm. While the government focuses on potential harms, they overlook the inspiration Miss Universe provides. Contestants from marginalized communities are given a platform to share their stories, inspiring others to break barriers and dream big. This impact resonates far beyond the competition itself, empowering millions worldwide. For these reasons, we firmly oppose the motion.
Thank you both for your statement. Now we are moving to the closing statement for the pro side. Now time is yours.
Okay, thank you. Let us take a deeper look at why Miss Universe is fundamentally flawed and harmful. First, the lack of sustainable impact. While the opposition cites individual success stories, they fail to address the fleeting nature of these impacts. Advocacy efforts by contestants are often forgotten once the competition ends, leaving no systemic or institutional change behind. The causes supported by Miss Universe lack depth and sustainability, reducing them to mere PR exercises.
Second, the perpetuation of patriarchal norms. Miss Universe reinforced outdated notion of femininity by prioritizing physical appearance and performative advocacy. True empowerment lies in dismantling these patriarchal structures, not perpetuating them through a beauty pageant that profits from women's appearance. Lastly, societal harms. The competition's global reach means that its negative effects, such as the reinforcement of unrealistic beauty standards and the objectification of women, are magnified, affecting not just contestants but millions of viewers worldwide. The systematic harm of far outweigh any individual benefit cited by the opposition. For this reason, we stand by the notion that Miss Universe does more than good.
And finally, contra side. Now time is yours.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The closing opposition will demonstrate why Miss Universe creates lasting benefits that far outweigh the harms presented by the government. First, Miss Universe nurtures female leaders. Many contestants have used the pageant as a stepping stone to impactful careers. For instance, former winner Zosbini Tunzi became a global advocate for gender equality. Using her title to promote systemic change, Miss Universe provides women with the tools, resources, and networks to influence society positively. Second, economic and social benefits. The competition boosts local economies in host countries by creating jobs, promoting tourism, and supporting businesses. Prize money and sponsorships are often reinvested into community projects, creating a ripple effect of benefits. These tangible contributions cannot be ignored. Third, empowerment through visibility. Miss Universe provides women, especially from marginalized communities, with a platform to amplify their voices. This visibility is invaluable in a world where opportunities for women remain limited. By sharing their stories, contestants inspire others and challenge societal norms. Thus, we conclude that Miss Universe is a powerful force for good, and we firmly reject the motion.
Okay, now is the closing or the adjudication. For the opening, pro side argues that Miss Universe reinforces beauty standards, prioritizes commercial exploitation, and erases cultural diversity. And opening opposition counters with the competition, promotion of diversity, empowerment, and cultural exchange. And closing for the pro side emphasize that systemic harms like tokenism and the perpetuation of patriarchal norms, while closing opposition highlight leadership development, economic benefits, and empowerment through visibility. And the winner hints on whether the systemic harms outweigh the individual and societal benefits highlighted by the opposition. Thank you. That's all for our debate. Sorry for the mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
This
perpetuates.
Ini loh ketok. Kita gak. Pandai. Sudah direkam.
Ketok gak aku iku.
Ketok. Kamu mepet.
Mari.
Ih, Teh, sing dada-dada dan aku enggak. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself and this is my team. My name is Vila Datin Jatiana. Thank you, proposition team. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposition stands strongly against this motion as we believe Miss Universe does for Gak ketok.
Vila, Deda, behind the scene.
Highlight. Kok ketawa?
Ya Allah.
Wow. Lu kedengeran pasti. Third, empowerment. Sponsorships are often reinforced. Apa sih? Mana?